All right, so we live. All right, so shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right, we the brothers here from Great Millstone Atlanta Camp, back with another live stream through the Spirit. Lord willing, I hope and pray that it's edifying. Before we get started, of course, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. All right, also we want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, safety, much love to the elect of Israel scattered around the four corners of the earth, that's given all diligence to make their calling of election sure. All right, there's going to be a live stream, open forum, but we're going to deal with the subject matter of you got to be hungry for this truth, man. As we give a consistent effort week in and week out and throughout the week, you got to maintain that zeal, man, that fire, because it could dwindle out. You go through moments in this truth where you have low moments, you feel like you don't have many titles and topics, you don't feel the spirit on you at times, but you got to have that spiritual mindset to push through and stay hungry, And like Paul said, I have fought a good fight. I have kept the faith. Henceforth a crown is stored up for me, So it's all about keeping that fire within you, man. You look at the apostles and the elders and other brothers, camp heads around the four corners of the earth, and you look at, you're like, man, they've been doing this thing for 10 years, 15 years, and they on fire, still pushing, still dedicated. They act like they just came in yesterday. Hey, that's because you got to have your eye on the prize, man. That's right. You got certain things that's going to, come at you in this faith. It's going to try to, certain obstacles, you got to jump over them hurdles, man. You can't let hurdles and obstacles slow you down, man. You got to keep pace with the Spirit. Because the Spirit is moving. Hey, Scripture say what? The Spirit is the wind. It listeth whithersoever it goeth. So the Spirit is always moving. It's your duty as a servant of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai to move with that Spirit. And that means you got to stay passionate. You got to stay zealous. And how do you keep your fire? How do you keep your zeal? You got to pray, man. You got to pray. And then you got to give diligence. The diligence, it keeps your it keeps you oiled. It keep your motor running, man. Because you consistently involved within the work of the ministry. And when you get lapse of day school and you get, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. You always got 1,000,001 goddamn excuses why things can't be completed within the ministry. Well, that's when you begin to depart from Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai and give yourself over to other carnal ways. So you got to keep that fire. You got to stay hungry. And you got to have vision, man. So let's start with, you say you had, well, matter of fact, let's get Philippians 3. Let's start at 3 and 14. And then I know the officer had Philippians 2 as well. So whoever got that Philippians 3 could go ahead and bring it out.
You said 13?
Yeah, 3 and 14. Oh, can we start at 13? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go to 13.
Philippians 4 and 13.
3 and 13.
3 and 13, so mm-hmm. Philippians 3 and 13. Brother, I count not myself to have apprehended. But this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, mm-hmm. and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
Now, what are the things that's behind us? Our transgressions, the old man, how we once were in the world. Mm-hmm. These are the things that's behind us. That guilt of you going off. These things are behind us. We can't dwell on the past. We can't dwell on who you used to be in the world, man. You can't dwell on who you trying to be as a family man. I want to have my family established before no, man. Because Paul said, I have not yet apprehended. What is he talking about? Talking about the salvation. He said, I haven't apprehended that which I'm apprehended for. So Paul is basically saying that which I'm apprehended for, which is the truth. He said, I haven't apprehended, which is the salvation. All right, continue on, bro.
Verse 14, I press toward the mark, mm-hmm. for the prize of the high calling of the Most High.
That's right. So Paul said, what do? I cast some things behind me, and I look forward, and I press towards the mark of the prize of the high calling. What is that prize? The salvation. Mm-hmm. So in order to get salvation, the Lord is looking for them hungry spirits, man. The Lord trying to figure out who really want this thing, man. That's why the scriptures tell you in the book of Revelation, it says what? It says the hour of temptation cometh to try all flesh. Because the Lord is trying to see who want to make that cut, man. Who want to make the team. So he's going to put pressure on the world. And out of that pressure is going to rise what? Precious stones. Because through that pressure, the Lord is going to see who can remain in that fire and be purified to be joint heirs unto him, man. And that takes a level of drive, man. You know, if you slowing down in your liberty, the hell you gonna do in your temptation? You know, if you waxing cold in your liberty when you got freedom in Hamashiach, you know, when you got, you know, opportunities to you know, to grow and read and build and give effort, what the hell you think you're gonna do in the time of your temptation and tribulation? You're gonna fold like a family reunion chair, man. You know? Keep reading up.
Verse 15, let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded, and if anything ye be otherwise minded, the Most High shall reveal even this unto you.
That's right. So Paul is saying, let us be thus minded. You know, meaning let us carry this mindset as we're serving the Lord. Let us have this mentality of pushing towards this prize, man. You know the things that Paul and the different apostles and disciples and bishops and deacons of the churches put before their own personal lives, man. They had a mindset of acquiring salvation, of being a true servant of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, that's why the apostles and the elders and other brothers consistently exhort us to be on fire, man. You know, you got to be on fire. You got to stay hungry, man. You know, and what is your appetite, man? This word. Somebody get Matthew 4:4 real quick. You know, and if brothers got any precepts, you know. Go ahead,
John, this is Romans 12 and 11. It says, rejoicing in hope. 12 and 11. It says, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord.
They say not what? Not slothful in business. What is this business? Luke, the 2nd chapter, about around the 47th verse. Yahweh Shah said what? Do you not know that I must be about my Father's business? Oh, that's the spirit, you know? Because Yahweh Shah was doing what? He was teaching the word. So the Lord said, not slothful in business. You know? Nobody want to hire nobody that's lazy as hell, man. You know? At work being a lazy ass nigga, man. Don't nobody want no lazy ass calling out all the time nigga at the job, man. You want somebody that's punctual. You want somebody that enjoys what he do. You want somebody that work well with others. You know, you want somebody that's very charismatic and takes initiative. These are the type of people you want working on your job. Why is that? Because they can help increase the company and bring value to your business. Niggas that bullshit on the job, they're really a threat to the job, man.
They're a threat to you.
Yep.
As well, because they make you work harder than what you have to.
You
know, because you gotta pick up they slack. Yeah, a lot of dudes.
Yep.
Put a more burden on you.
Yeah, you gotta be an asset in this faith, man, and not a liability. You know, you gotta carry your weight. You gotta carry your burden, man. You know. Go ahead, Al.
This is Luke 6 and 21. It says, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. I just wanted to bring that out because the title of the lesson that we're doing right now, you got to be hungry for this. Don't let your passion go away. It says again, blessed are ye that hunger now. You should be hungry for this. All right, you should be hungry. If you're full now, the Lord ain't dealing with you.
Right.
All right. If you're that means you're content, you're complacent, you're lethargic, you're lazy. The scriptures say in the book of Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha that much idle time teaches wickedness. Just paraphrasing.
That's right.
You're doing a lot of miscellaneous things that don't contribute to the body and to the truth, and the occupation that you have set, at hand by the Lord. So you got to be hungry whatever you're doing. The scriptures say whatever you get your hand to do with all that might.
Yep.
All right. So hey, you got the opportunity. This is the opportunity. Yep. All right. This is not something you chose to do. You got the opportunity to be a prophet, to go on the highways and byways, to be around like-minded individuals, as yourself, to be a part of something that actually matters. Yep. You have that opportunity, so don't be slack with it. always be hungry for more. There's a saying in the world, never be satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
If someone's satisfied, that means they're content and complacent in where they are.
That's right, bro.
Are you content and complacent in Babylon right now? This is not where I want to be.
Right.
All right. I know we use the word insecure a lot. Well, shit, I'm insecure in Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Insecure simply means unsafe. I feel unsafe here. I want to get to the kingdom where I feel secure. But to get there, you have to have a hunger with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be hungry for this thing so you can be filled once you get to the kingdom.
That's right, bro.
You got it.
You know, somebody get that Matthew 4:4. You got it? Go ahead, Shema.
This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
And that's that hunger, like what the brother was speaking about. That's that appetite, man. You know, the bread of this word, man. That's what's supposed to, you're supposed to eat of. And when you eat of these things, you receive what? The nutrients from it. And it gives you that what? That energy to be able to do it, man. You know? Jake become disenchanted because their spirit is not locked into the scriptures. You know, their spirit is elsewhere, man. Whether it's a woman, whether it's chasing that almighty dollar, chasing that talisman, or chasing a temporary lifestyle in America.
It's tangible things.
Yeah, it's always carnal things, But just remember this. That's why the scripture say what? Flee youthful lust. Because youthful lust, they turn you away from the Lord, man. Now granted, yeah, we have responsibilities. We have things that we have to do. And we have things that we have to, take care of as a man. But there's also, a word called recompense too. When you can't do certain things, you got to figure out how to recompense Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You got to make the time to, you got to stay on this thing, man.
Right.
You look at Kobe, right? This nigga Kobe would go to the gym 2 hours before practice, bro. And sometimes stay after, and still work after practice was over, man. Because he was hungry.
In the morning. He went in the morning. Then he said he took like an hour break, 2 hour break. Then he went in the evening after lunch. Then he took a 2 hour break, and then he came for 2 hours before the game. Every time, every day.
See, that's hunger. That's hunger. He had a vision on where he wanted to be. He had a vision on what he wanted to attain out of the NBA, and he set his mind to it, and he gave himself over to that particular sacrifice. So what more us serving Hamashiach Yahweh Shai? There's a level of dedication that must come with this thing outside of, just the normal routine. The bare minimum, look, we looking for everlasting life. The Lord don't deserve bare minimum. It's not fair. Now, of course, you keep the standard that's been set through the Spirit, but at times, hey, come on, man. Yahweh Shai, he did a lot for us, man. So in return, being servants of Hamashiach, and we got to be in that spirit of giving him all we got, man. That's right. Give it all you got, man. All you got.
I got you.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. Like the brother was going into, the bishop was going into, we went away. So we appreciate this truth now. We can't be bullshit. We got 10 times more, man. That's a lot. You got to get that extra. You got to get that extra, man. It ain't take twice, say 10 times more.
That's right, bro. Go ahead, Yaakov.
The brothers elaborate. He made the analogy of Kobe Bryant, all right, and his dedication to the game, which ultimately brought forth more fruit than others, man. It brought forth success, being a champion, all right, and that's the same way we have to be in this truth. We have to be willing to make the necessary sacrifices and submerge ourselves in uncomfortability to bring forth fruit in the end. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. It says, the soul of the sluggard desireth and Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. It says, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. All right? And, that cold represents affliction. It represents a state of being in an uncomfortable predicament, man. But in those states, in that uncomfortable predicament, making those necessary sacrifices, that's what's going to allow you to be triumphant in the end, man. Mm-hmm. All right, and we're seeking to win. We're in this thing to win it, man. Mm-hmm. All right.
That's right, bro.
That's right.
You know, yeah, son. Go ahead, Yaquad. I said Yaquad.
John, this is Ezekiel 3 and verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. All right, you know that's all a part of eating, man. All right, this roll so that we can speak unto the house of Israel. You have to have the desire to get up out of this place, man. All right. The longer you go out and preach and prophesy and gather up the fruit for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the sooner he'll bring these prophecies for us, man.
That's right.
All right, what the scripture said, everything is for the elect's sake. All right. So he knows we want to get up out of here, and he wants his people back. All right. I'm gonna continue. It says, so I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. Yeah, he didn't say, yeah, he said, cause thy belly to eat, which means, hey, you got to have that drive, man. You got to keep eating, all right? This is our liberty time. This is our grace period. Mm-hmm. It's open for us, man, all right? Continue to allow your spirit to eat. Feed your spirit, man, so that you can bring forth fruit. I'm going to continue. It says, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Yes, man. And once you first hear these words, man, once you first start to eat, it begins to be sweet. Then it begins to be bitter. But hey, you got to endure because, hey, these times are getting harder, man, all right?
Yep. And you're going to have major hindrances that's going to come and try to take this truth from you, man. Yeah. That's why when we read the book of Revelation, you know, the scriptures tell us what? It says, see that no man take thy crown, man. Why is that? Because you're going to have certain satanic forces that's going to come up against you. And if you give in to those forces, what happens? Your crown gets snatched. You end up doing something that's out of the spirit, or you end up turning into a straight up demonic spirit, a reprobate, and then you get cast out. And that's why the scriptures speak about what? Reprobate silver. You know, you don't want to be that through, lack of, diligence, man. That's the first signs of a man that's dwindling away, his lack of diligence, man. You start to see his face less and less. He ain't the same at camp. He got excuses. Like, okay, But at the end of the day, you gotta be mentally aware enough when you slipping to pick yourself up, man. That's why Elder Menachezot just did the video recently going into how a wise man falleth and get up again. A wise man slip and get back up. You got to recognize when you go off and pick yourself up. Because Satan gonna try to trip you up. Hey, at times you're gonna take L's to Satan. But, oh shit, he got one up on me. But you gotta know how to bounce back, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 4. It says, the soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
Mm-hmm. And the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. And what is stored up in fat? Different nutrients. That's what is stored in your fat. Okay? Meaning you'll be satisfied, man. A diligent man will be satisfied. But a slothful man is gonna always suffer what? Want. He's never gonna have it. So we can't move in that slothful mindset, especially in these times. Being servants and ministers of the word of Hamashiach, the last thing you want to do is slow down, man. You want to be full steam ahead, charging into the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You don't want to be slow rolling, going into the worst time the planet Earth ever seen, man. You want to be galloping into that thing, man. Ready, rocking and rolling, man. It's going to carry you through.
In that miracle.
That's right, bro. Con, go ahead. And I know Shamak has a little bit more. Matter of fact, Shamak, finish what you got then.
I just had another precept.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, Christ.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to your virtue knowledge. You know, so you know the Lord, you know, with the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you know, giving you know, his elect men and Israel the promises of the kingdom and all the great things. You know, being joint heirs with Yahushua. You know, these are the things that you know, we got to continue fighting for.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, you gotta you have to give that diligence, man.
That's right.
You know, you have to you know, fight for your crown, man. You know, because hey, we already have that crown. We just gotta go get it, man.
That's
You
it.
know, it's
You gotta,
laid up for
you
us.
gotta just maintain it.
You gotta maintain
It's
it.
already there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And it
That's
says, it says, and to your virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience.
Now, what is temperance? Balance. That's very important. That's right, bro. Self-control. You know, balance. You gotta have temperament in this thing, man. You know, you can't be excessive. Too, you know what the scriptures speak about. Superfluous. Superfluity. That means what? Overflowing. Imbalance. You know, you want to have balance in your walk. You don't want to be, you know, running 1,000 miles an hour. Neither should you be running 2 miles per hour.
Right.
You gotta have a steady pace. But at the same time, you gotta learn to pick up pace and slow down as you go. It's all up to your discretion as a servant. You gotta know when you're doing too much. You gotta know when you're not. You know? But at the end of the day, the whole common denominator is you still gotta be hungry. You could never be satisfied in this faith. Because the knowledge is infinite. There's no pinnacle with wisdom. You don't reach a pinnacle. There's so many things that's been hidden from us. That's been, you know, concealed. We got to continue to strive to unlock those things, man. And that comes through diligence, man.
If I may say, you
Absolutely.
said there's no knowledge is infinite and there's no cap to it. You gotta really think about that because the prophecies in here are perpetual. So some of the prophecies that we read are gonna go ongoing into the kingdom. So why stop now when some of these things are gonna actually come to pass in the kingdom? Don't you want to reach there to see those prophecies come to pass?
Right.
So if these prophecies aren't, you know, fully accomplished yet, does that mean you're fully accomplished?
Right.
Like we first brought out with Philippians. Paul didn't say he was apprehended. No, yet, meaning he didn't get that salvation yet. Therefore, he was still hungry. That's why, he said, after, you know, he came back, he's like, man, pretty much it's a synopsis of what he said, man. I'd rather be dead than when Howard shied.
Yeah.
But I gotta be here to do this work. I'm still hungry.
Yep.
I'm still hungry right now. So it's like if we're indulging ourselves in these readings, and we understand that these prophecies are perpetual and they're ongoing, everlasting, you should be ongoing, everlasting too. Because Lord willing, we get on the chariot, we still got work to do.
That's right.
We still gotta be hungry with a new body though.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's good in Revelation, the first chapter, it says, blessed are they that keep the
Saying this book.
the sayings of this book, and hear and keep. You know, there's more in here.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
It says, and to godliness, brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness, charity. For if these things be in you and abound, they make you that you shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Yeah, all those are adjectives. Things that describe somebody. So these are characteristics that you have to embody in order. If you have all these characteristics, that shows your hunger. You show your brotherly kindness, your godliness, your temperance, your patience. What else to say?
Brotherly kindness,
Your
charity.
your faith, your virtues. All these things are adjectives of an individual who's hungry for the promises, really.
Yeah.
Because it said add to.
Yeah.
I mean, adding to your characteristics that you already have. It's showing that you have that hunger, man.
And another thing too, you know, a lot of people eat for the wrong reasons. You gotta eat what's sufficient for you too, because you got some people that you got different type of eaters. You got people that eat for the health benefits, not necessarily to eat to be satisfied. Now a lot of people that eat to be satisfied, they just fucking stuff in their face. They don't know what they putting in their body. They just cramming it in there for all the wrong reasons. Yeah. So you got to make sure that when you come to the throne of Yahweh Shema Shai and you eating this word, that you eating it for the right reasons. Right. Meaning you ain't coming into this thing just because you got a kick out of cussing out nigga women. Yeah. Or you coming into this thing just because you get a kick out of you know, all the views. Yeah. Or you doing all the, you know, all this stuff for the wrong reasons, basically. It's just like a person that has an insatiable appetite. Yes. They eating for all the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. You gotta eat certain things that's sufficient for you. You gotta come to this thing with a pure conscience and a pure mind, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and eat properly, man. Don't be at the table like a nigga, man. Mm-hmm. You know, just cramming this word all the way in, and then you just going out there just at camp, you know, speaking all off, you know, saying all kind of rude, you know, things before the altar. Now, granted, you know, the scriptures tell you, you know, though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But there are certain things that you don't speak before the Heavenly Father, man. Mm-hmm. You know? So you have to make sure that, okay, Con. So you have to make sure that when you are getting into this thing, that you getting into this thing in the right spirit. Because what happens? A man that eats to satisfy himself will never be satisfied. Mm. So after a while, what ends up happening? You lose that passion. You lose that zeal. You lose that vigor. Because the whole time you came before the throne, it was a show. Mm-hmm. You know? It was a show. You just like to cuss out niggas. Yeah. You just like to create a big scene. You know? But instead, you forsook the fruits of the Spirit. Patience, faith, charity, brotherly kindness, brotherly love, endurance. You know? Prophesying. You know? These are the things that we should be focused on when we eat this word, man. So that what? Like the brother Karasas that I just brought out. It says, so that you will not be what? Barren nor unfruitful. You want to bring forth fruit in this truth. Okay? You say you have some kind of
Yeah, just to land back off here. This is 1 Peter 5:2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof. Mm-hmm. Be not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
Yeah, being tyrannical. Yeah. You know, coming into this thing and you being tyrannical, you know, you're not. The scripture say what? Be patient towards all men. Yeah. You know, you got to be a patient brother, but at the same time, you got to be straightforward, because the scripture said what? Taking oversight over the flock. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you gotta show the flock direction. And how do you show the flock direction? You lead by example. Mm-hmm. You can't enforce anything that you ain't doing.
I believe it was either Apostle Gabar or Apostle Tahar did a lesson this past week about being rational versus emotional.
Yeah.
With the truth, it's not. You can't be really into your feelings. Why? Because it says, number one, that the effeminate should not inherit the kingdom. Yeah. The rational is speaking facts, man. The scriptures is facts.
Right.
You know, we back up our saying with the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to be rational when you come into the truth, man.
That's right. You got to deal with rations. Mm-hmm. That's why the scriptures tell us what? Don't be a niggard at the table. Because your Yahushua comes in and he sups with you. Mm-hmm. So you can't be all in front of your Yahushua just stuffing your face. You're like, what's this guy, man? Yeah. You know, what's up with this guy, man? Elbows on the table, wine on your shirt. You know, crumbs in your juice.
First to eat.
Yeah. Right. You know, breadcrumbs all over the floor. Collard greens all over the table. What are you doing? Mixing your mashed potatoes with your meat.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I was sorry you being a nigga, man. You being a nigga at the table. That goes into what? You know, not being satisfied spiritually. Yeah. You know, you got to eat, like the brother Karaz, as I said, you got to be rational with this thing. You got to deal in rations, portions. You know, and that keeps your what? It keeps your appetite. When you eat in portions, it keeps your appetite, man. Mm-hmm. You know, it's called balance. Eat in balance, man. Okay. Go ahead, Yaquab.
This is First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25. It says, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things."
And what is the mastery? You know, to be a master of this word. Yeah. You know, to be a joint heir unto Hamashiach. This is the mastery, man. You know, and it's very, very, very much attainable. But it's all according to if you follow the manuscript, which what is what's written, you know. And the Lord is watching us, man. The Lord is watching everything that we do. Everything that we do is being recorded and is being sent back to the Heavenly Father, man. Everything that we do. So the Lord knows. Your report is in the heavens. You know, the angels is carrying your report. You know, so you gotta ask yourself, how's my report card looking? You know, I wonder if I'm getting a good report back from the angels, man. I wonder if the angels have good things to say about me, or you know, if my actions is not pleasing unto the Lord. You gotta ask yourself these questions, man, because it's actually happening. You know, and if you're doing the right things, then what? You're getting a good report before the throne of mercy.
That's right.
You know. Go ahead. If you have more, go ahead.
It says now they do it. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
Yeah.
All right, and that's exactly what the brother was talking about, because you know, doing the work deceitfully, doing it not for the reasoning of everlasting life, not for the love of your brother, but to be seen by man for vain glory. That's that corruptible crown. That's why Yahushua said, when those, you know, for example, he said, those who pray in the streets, he said, verily I say unto you, they have their reward. And their reward is to be praised and admired by man.
Yep.
All right? But those who do the works in truth and sincerity, their reward is everlasting life, that incorruptible crown.
That's right, bro. And that's ultimately what we want, man. You know, we want to be seen as incorruptible. You know what that means? That means you were a vessel that was indestructible. Nothing could destroy you. You incorruptible. You didn't allow a corrupt mindset to overthrow your judgment. You didn't allow negative influence to take away from the positive influence that was in you. You incorrupt. You know what that means? To be incorruptible? Nothing can stop you. You are incorruptible. Corruption has no advantage over you. That's what we're trying to attain, an incorruptible crown, man. That's immortality. There's no death in the word incorruption, man. That's right. Looking to the word corruptible, what does it mean? It means what? Perishable.
Yeah.
You know? So we trying to put on incorruption. There has to be a high level of desire, a high level of passion. You know? This ain't, you know, we ain't trying to get promoted at McDonald's to the fry station. Okay? No, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to achieve a seat in global domination.
That's right.
We're not just, you know, trying to get a promotion and be a gold member at the McDonald's club. Okay? You can't treat this truth like that, man. First of all, it's not fair to the sacrifices that Yahushua made. But you have niggas that come in and treat it as such. Okay?
I got the etymology for incorruptible.
Okay, kind of hold that real quick, because I know this brother had a precept.
John, this is Colossians 1 and verse 23. If ye continue in the faith, grounded and settled, and when it says settled, it's not talking about being content. It's talking about your roots being deep in the earth so that you won't be removed, all right? Okay? And I'm going to continue. It says, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel, which ye have heard, and which ye are selected, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven. Wherefore I, Paul, am made a minister. And hey, man, and it's straight to the truth, man. If ye continue in the faith, man, all right, continue to eat so that you can keep pushing, man, so that you can keep enduring, man, which is diligence, man. All right, and that's really what you need in the side, being in the battle, man. You know, you need to be grounded in this valley of shadow of death, man, because you could be corrupt, man. All right, you can toss to and fro, you can be knocked down, withered away. All right, and these are the things that you don't want, man.
Hey, it's been many men that has turned to corruption, that knew the truth. You know, you'll see, if you see them now, they got their beards gone. You know, they probably out smoking weed, being a nigga, chasing vainglory, chasing dreams. You know, committing adultery, probably back slanging dope.
The boisterous wind dog.
Yeah,
They've been knocked down, man.
they've been turned back to corruption.
Yep. That's why, hey. Yep. Some might be dead.
Oh yeah, some dead.
Yep. So that's why it's important to keep calling on the name of the Lord so that He can feed you, man. All right. So that you can feed other brothers, man. All right.
I got it. I went back on this.
Yeah, if y'all brothers got precepts, man, look, hey, bring them out.
This 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 21. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use and prepared to every good work. So if Yahweh Shah see us continually cleanse ourselves, you know, like, okay, this brother's humble, moving in the right spirit, doing the right things, and say what? Hungry. You know, you go into the definition of hungry in the Webster's dictionary, you know, it's to stay strongly motivated. You know, certain things, you know, that keeps us strongly motivate each other. You know, the word itself to do what? The good work. You know, the rebuke. You know, these things keep us cleansed to continue the good work. You know, to stay strongly motivated. Those things, the people that fell off, you know, lost motivation. You know, okay? But it's all about staying meat for the master's use, because he's going to use those talents that he's going to increase you.
That's right.
Know?
In fact, I know you didn't finish that, but
yeah, that was the whole piece.
Oh, that was it. I just want to land back, because what keeps you hungry? Goals.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We just talking about championship
Yesterday at the camp.
You said it yesterday at the camp, man. Set yourself a goal.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, what's ironic, the scripture give you the goals. They give you morals, they give you your characteristics, how you're supposed to act. But ultimately, it gives you the main prize. Again, we started off with Philippians. That prize that we mark, the salvation, the kingdom, those should be goals that you should be reaching for. That should keep you hungry and keep you going. We're talking about incorruption and corrupting all this. You should want to get out of it.
You see Ruby, you see Raising Dion, like, man,
I want that, man.
That's a goal. Like,
bro.
Jeremiah 16:16. Yes, it's a goal.
It's a goal.
Of course, you know some brothers ain't gonna fall in that a lot, but still, hey, if you were super hungry, the Lord, okay, bet. Maybe I'm gonna give you that lot of Jeremiah 16:16, because you wanted that to be your goal in the first place. You see, so it's like the goals that the Lord already prescribed for us should be the forefront of your mind to keep you hungry. It's kind of like the Lord put a little string with a carrot at the end of it. You try to get it, you can't reach it, you're still trying to get it, man. But sooner or later, he's going to take that off and give it to you.
You got short-term goals, long-term goals.
Goals keep you hungry, man.
I got it.
I did, but you can get it, bro.
This Sirach 44. This is one of my favorite chapters too. Sirach 44, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Let us now praise Spanish men and our fathers that begat us. The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning." Verse 3. "Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding, and declaring prophecies." You know, so this is basically talking about the men that were set up before us, man, how great of leaders they were by the knowledge that they had through the scriptures, man. You know, and us being, you know, in the shoes that we're in now, it's a hopeful men of the Lord of that number. You know, what more for us, man? We have to set the example for all the entire world, man. Even the heathens, man. You know, because they're gonna be under our suggestion as well.
Hey, and it start with what? With being an example for your goddamn self. You know, you got to be a good example for you. Before you can be a good example to others, you got to show a good example to yourself. And how do you do that? Like what the priest just said. The priest Kashakwala set little goals for yourself in the spirit. I want to increase in my faith. Fast on it. You know, Lord gonna put you in. Don't be scared to pray for certain things because you scared to be put in situations, man. A real soldier, man, he ain't contemplating on what he got to go through to get what he want to get. He ready to go through whatever to get what he want to get. He ready to go through uncharted lands and unmarked territories to get what he need to get.
That's right.
You know, look at different movies like or shows that go into like the Saxons and England, and look at the different limits that certain kings was willing to go to establish their king. They were willing to travel through the snowy forest. They were willing to travel through the swamps and the marshes. They were willing to go through whatever to acquire that goal. So don't be afraid to go through certain things to get what you want in the spirit. Pray for these things and just trust that whatever the Lord sends you through, He gonna get you through it. He gonna guide you through it. You just gotta go through the process to get it, man. You know what you got to go through to get a diamond? Diamonds don't just pop up out the fucking earth, man. You got to dig. You got to go mining. You know, you got to drill. You got to go risk being trapped and shit. Risk the shit caving in on you. You got a lot of, you know, things that you will suffer and go through, you know, for this truth.
That's right.
But you got to be hungry for it, man. You know, you got to have that mindset to push forward to acquire these things, man. You know, it ain't, nobody said it'd be easy. But guess what? It'd be worth it. That's the point of it. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely, man. You know, somebody get real quick. Give me 1 Corinthians 16 to 15. See, just to show the mindset, man, that certain churches had on them, man. That was a particular mindset you gotta have, bro. You know? Go ahead,
15 and 16, right?
Yeah, the house of Stephanie's, the first fruits.
Yeah, 16, 15.
16, 15.
This is 1 Corinthians 16 and 15. I beseech you, brethren, ye know the house of Stephanus, that is the first fruits of Achaia. Is that what you said?
Achaia, yeah.
Achaia. And that they have addicted themselves to the ministry.
Oh, what did
of
they
the
do?
saints. They addicted themselves to the ministry.
Hold on, read that one more time.
I'm going to start from the top. Verse 15, 1 Corinthians 16 and 15. I beseech you, brethren, you know the house of Stephanus, that the first fruit of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints.
They was addicted to the truth. There was a particular church, the first fruits of this particular church was addicted to serving the Lord. They couldn't help but serve the Lord. It was like crack. You know, they couldn't help it. Like, I'm about to go do the work. They was addicted to the ministry, man. Okay? That's the particular mindset we must bear as a servant, man. The lapsadaisical mentality is not gonna cut it, man. You know, just bare minimum. You know, just content with a low frequency, not trying to elevate and grow, just lukewarm coasting. Somebody get me that scripture, Revelation the 3rd chapter about being lukewarm. You know, that lukewarm spirit. Hey, that's why Apostle Hart did the video. He said, "What the Lord hates a lukewarm nigga, man." You know, you can't be in that lukewarm spirit, man. It's go time, man.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, and thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou work cold or hot.
So the Lord basically saying, I'd rather prefer that you would just a nigga back in the world, than or just be on fire, one or the other. But you know that middle ground is dangerous ground, because your yay is not yay and your nay is not nay. That's what lukewarm is. Your yay is not yay and your nay is not nay.
Right.
There's always a clause in what you got to do. You know? Unsureness. That's that middle ground, man. Pick a fucking side, man. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Yeah, he will do what?
Spew thee out of my mouth.
Meaning the Lord will cast you out, man. You know? For bare minimum effort. Remember, the scriptures tell you that the church of Achaia, the first fruits, addicted themselves to the ministry, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get this word addicted real quick in the etymology, just to show the type of mindset the Lord really requires, man. Okay, come. Yeah, the Lord really requires a real spiritual addict. You know, the Lord wants you to be a spiritual addict, man. You know, now the word addicted from the 1500s, now listen to this. It says delivered over. You know, by a judicial sentence. Now, matter of fact, I'm going to go down. It says dependent, self-addicted, give over or award oneself to someone or some practice, man. You know? So the Lord, he wants us to give ourselves over. You know? He wants us to give ourselves over, you know, to this thing, man. To be addicted, man. That's a heavy word, man.
Yeah.
To be delivered over to, bro. You know? That's the mindset the Lord really requires for a man of the Lord. We're talking about inheriting incorruption. The Lord looking for spiritual addicts who want this thing, man. You know?
if I can make a point just off what you said, Bishop, because yeah, when you think about an addict, you know, when someone's addicted to something, they put that everything, all the energy, everything they do and produce is really going towards that addiction.
Yeah.
Like if you have someone who's addicted to drugs, they do other things other than those drugs, but their mind and everything they're doing is geared towards doing what? Getting to that drug.
Getting that high.
Same thing with us in the truth. Everything. Now, we were listening to the live stream on the way over here. There's things to do other than particularly the truth, so to speak, and the work, so to speak. But it's about your mentality and your mindset. And are you really using your full essence, your full energy to the best of your ability, push towards serving the sheep and serving Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai?
Right. Yeah, like I say, like you got this motivational speaker named Eric Thomas, but I heard him. He got this quote. He said, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And that's the mind frame you gotta have towards the truth, man. You know, how bad do you really want to obtain salvation? You know, or obtain the kingdom of heaven. You have to be willing to go all out, man. You know, and I had precept. Nobody had none. It's Second Chronicles 31 and 20. Is it still rolling?
You can still
Yeah, you can hear it, but
it kind of froze.
Froze.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Second Chronicles 31 and 20. It says, and thus did Hezekiah throughout all Judah, and wrought that which was good and right and truth before the Lord his power. 21, and in every work that he began in the service of the house of the Most High, and in the law and in the commandments to seek his power, he did it with all his heart and prospered. So we got to come in the spirit of this particular king, man. Everything he did, he put his hand forth, keep the commandments, to do the law, you know, to do everything that was pleasing in the sight of the Lord. See, he did it with all his heart and all his mind, man. And somebody that's putting their full mind to something, they ain't going 40% or 50%,
Half-assed.
you know, half-assed. Now you're going fully dedicated. Yeah, you're fully dedicated, man. You know, so we got to come in the spirit of King Hezekiah, man. You know, but that was it.
I got something. This is 1 Peter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that He may exalt you in due time. And even that going to that word hand is can be synonymous with labor, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, and you know, that hand is just us being under the control of the Most High. But even with that, we put our what? We put our hands to the plow, which means that we embrace the calling of being a workman, man. Which means you gotta if you put your name on a contract to complete a job, you gotta work and labor until the job is complete, man. Verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And that's why